This is not a fake image. I want to point that out real quick before we jump in. This is happening, you guys. They actually decided to EZA the Year 3 LRs and the Year 4 LRs in one celebration. Are you kidding me? This is insane. This is ridiculous. Yeah, you guys are seeing it on your screen. This is real. LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku and LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta are getting their EZAs. And we're about to break them down. They look really good. So let's dive in. Let's start off with Goku, of course. So, of course, courtesy to Goresh for the translations as always. So, his leader skill here, one thing to point out with these two EZAs, they are very similarly designed as they typically like to do in that fashion, so you do want to keep that in mind. So his leader skill here is now Goku family, basically 3 key and then 180% to stats, which is a massive buff, especially with the introduction of 200% leader skills into the game now. 170% and up is literally the only thing that's viable, like in the most difficult content. With that being the red zone, 130% for a leader skill just doesn't cut it anymore. 150% not good enough. 170% and up is the only way to go from here on out. So, very good leader skill. He's also leading super AGO types 3 key and then 130% stats, which could be viable. Maybe something like Battlefield, right? So his passive here. So this is where he jumps ridiculously. So he gets attack and defense 140%. That jumped up from, I believe it was 80%. So that is a massive buff already, given the fact that he's an LR. So he also gets attack 20% at the start of every turn, up to 160%, which is good. That doesn't stack, by the way, so that's just for each turn, right? So you do want to keep that in mind. Then he gains an additional 2 key for each AGO Rainbow Key Sphere obtained, gains an additional 1 key each Key Sphere obtained, other than AGL. He disables enemy action for 1 turn if there are 2 or more enemies when launching active skill, or when launching super attack when key is 24. So that could be useful in the red zone, definitely. There are some bosses that where you're fighting more than 2 enemies, right? So they definitely wanted to restrict that. It's not like every turn that you can get that notification to go off, right? Because if that was the case, you could just pop their active skill, and then like let's say they get an additional, right, and then they get their hidden potential. You could potentially pop that off 3 times in 1 turn. Like like they're not countering on, they're not nullifying that much damage, right? So they definitely had to restrict it in some kind of way. So, 1 turn, 2 or more enemies, when launching the active skill, when key is 24, which is not going to be difficult to get because of their busted key mechanic that they have. And on top of that, you guys know they have some of the best links in the game. So this Goku and Vegeta are easily the best LRs in the game. I think the Year 3 LRs had their Supreme for like about a week. They reigned Supreme for a week, and then the Super Saiyan 4s basically just said, hold my beer, and this is what they gave us. They really just said, sure. Goku and Vegeta as being the best EZAs in the game for a week was nice, but here you guys go. Let's just replace them for free. So, the 12 key here, massively raises defense, and then raises attack for 1 turn, and then, the 18 key, massively raises attack and defense for 1 turn, and then, lowering defense, which I am not a fan of, right? Pointless, but still, whatever. Okay, so there's Goku. Looks insane. He's going to be hitting so freaking hard. Um, and the fact that he's a Goku family lead of 180%, I imagine could probably just take that category and completely incinerate all of the new red zone stages. Just the roster of characters that you have on Goku family, the amount of power that category has, you can definitely make do with it in the red zone and get yourself pretty far. So that is a very good leader skill buff. This guy is insane, right? So make sure to get these guys easy aid. They are very good. So let's go ahead and talk about Vegeta here. So yeah, one thing that they typically like to do with these Goku and Vegeta units, for whatever reason, as we've seen already with Kaioken Goku and Graded Vegeta, they just like to go out of the way to shaft Vegeta. And for the love of God, they actually they did Vegeta right this time around for once, right? and we'll talk about him right now. So his latest skill here is Vegeta family. Basically the same as Goku's, just for Vegeta family. Not as good of a category as Goku's family, but the 180% across the board is definitely the way you want it now. With how difficult content is, right? And then STR types 3 key and then 130% stats there. So again, could be useful for something like Battlefield, right? Or even like, I don't know, Infinite Dragon Ball History. Which surprisingly enough, we didn't get a stage of that at all during the 7th anniversary. So it's a little bit interesting there. I'm not sure why they didn't give us a stage of that, but whatever. Maybe for this sort of like encore on what I'm looking for my words. Yeah, encore. They might give us a new stage of Infinite Dragon Ball History, but we'll see. Dude, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning at the time of recording this. I can't even talk. I'm so tired, dude. Like I'm losing it. They just dropped a bomb on us in terms of all this information. I gotta cover it. I gotta go over it all, and I'm doing my best, to get all this stuff out for you guys. So his passive skill here, same thing as Goku here. Attack defense 104%. So Vegeta's a little bit different in the fact that he gets 10% attack and then he gets the extra defense, 20% at the start of every turn. So Vegeta looks like he's probably going to be built a little bit more on the defensive end, and then Goku's probably going to hit a little bit harder. It looks like. Max of 30%, and then defense 60%. So yeah, then he gains an additional 2 key for each STR or Rainbow key sphere obtained. Just like Goku, except for STR key spheres, right? Then he gains an additional key 1 for each key sphere obtained other than STR. Disable enemy action for 1 turn if there are 2 more enemies when launching active skill, when launching super attack when key is 24. So their passes are very similarly designed, right? As expected. Sort of as the year 3 LR's passes are literally identical, right? Even when they transform, they're very identical. It's the same situation here. They're sort of playing back and forth with each other in terms of what they're doing, right? So 12 key here, Master is attack and defense for 1 turn, and then 18 key attack and defense for 1 turn, Mega Colossal, and lowering defense again. I wish they would have added lowering attack as well. I'm just not a fan of lowering defense. I will say though, in the red zone, lowering attack and defense is completely pointless, so it's not really that big of a deal, but would have been nice to have for other difficult content, right? Like Super Battle Road, right? Infinite Dragon Ball History, Battlefield, but it is what it is. So there's Vegeta again. Goku and Vegeta very similarly designed as expected. I definitely think these are probably the 2 best EZAs in the game, because I feel like the base Goku and Vegeta at the the year 3 LRs in base form are sort of a little bit underwhelming. They struggle for key. If they don't dodge in the red zone, you die, you're just dead. And I've also found that you're not guaranteed to hit turn 6 to get that transformation off as consistently as you would like. So for these 2 units to have that counter ability, that they have, the high stats, everything that they're doing, with their really good leader skills now, the teams that you can build with these characters, I definitely think these 2 EZAs are probably a lot better than the year 3 LRs, and it's sort of a shame because they had their reign for a week and then they just got replaced, soft replaced, I would say. So it's up to you in terms of what you think of these 2 LRs and how you compare them to the year 3 LRs. But I definitely think this is very surprising in terms of none of us expected the year 4 LRs to EZA alongside the year 3 LRs in one anniversary. That's ridiculous. That's insane, because that sort of gives us a roadmap in terms of what they might do for year 8. Are the year 5 and year 6 LRs going to EZA? I think it's possible, and if that happens, does UI Goku become the best unit in the game? What if they give him just guaranteed dodges? Are they going to go that far? This is a good idea of what they might do, though. And in terms of difficult content, it's only getting more difficult from here on out. So I've mentioned it before. They have to make these units even more busted than they already are moving forward, and I think they definitely know that. So, other thing I want to get in this video in terms of information and news that we received. Let's actually go ahead and switch over to InGame here and take a look at some more stuff that we know of that is coming. So we're also going to be getting a new stage of Extreme Super Battle Road. Looks like it's going to be the Kamehameha stage. So I expect this one to be very difficult because of the fact that the brand new LRs literally have a 200% Kamehameha bonus buff, and then just how strong that category is by itself in terms of the roster and all of the different units you have. In terms of overall power, that category is one of the best categories in the game still. So I expect this Super Battle Road stage to be insanely hard, much harder than the previous Super Battle Road stages that we've been getting. But we will see. We know of Captain Ginyu being the next Dokkan Fest officially announced, so it's pretty exciting. I expect him to be busted, and then we also know that the free-to-play Bardock squad here that you can grind up, the one that you get every single day, they're all going to be getting EZAs from an easy area, which is good because I always felt like they needed an EZA literally on day one. I felt like none of them were really that useful upon release. So, it's very good to see, old units that need EZAs finally get EZAs. I thought maybe that would have been coming for Saiyan Day, but obviously this is not. And then looks like we have a new battlefield that's going to be coming up, and with this you can also get 10 copies of the LR Ginyu, and we know that this unit is also going to be getting their EZA. That was officially confirmed as well. So I expect this unit to be pretty good. So remember that. And also, last thing to point out here is they did completely wrap up the co-op rewards and the campaign, so all of that is now officially done and over with. So basically, year 7 is pretty much wrapped up. Don't forget about the LR Goku Jr. and Vegeta Jr. that also got announced. So year 7 was definitely a success in my opinion. Best celebration in Dokkan history by far. At first, towards the end, I had it at a 7.5, but with the introduction of all of this release of news and breakdowns and everything that we know of that is coming, I have to bump the celebration up to a 9. I think the only thing that stops the celebration from being a 10 are the free-to-play units. They definitely failed in that department badly, but hopefully this LR Goku Jr. and Vegeta Jr. will sort of make up for that, but we will see. So with that, let me know what you guys think of the LR 674s getting their EZAs, and I want to know your overall thoughts on how you felt about the 7th anniversary, and what do you think about Captain Ginyu being the next Dokkan Fest as well? Let me know your guys' thoughts. Basically, with that is going to do it for this one. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.